All right, sangria, that means it's summer. It also means it's garage sale season. And after a spring, maybe decluttering in your place, a lot of us might have a lot of stuff to get rid of.
It's true, and here to show us how to have the most successful garage sale is our resident money expert, Melissa Leong. It's so nice.
Okay, I guess the obvious question is, where do we start?
First, you have to decide what you're going to sell. So this is where I would begin sorting, organizing. I would go through my house room by room and decide, have I used this in the last year or two, and am I going to? I have a tendency to hoard, and so I have really appreciated Mary Kondo's teaching. I will pick something up and say, does this spark joy? And if it doesn't, it should go. Something else to remember is that the Canadian government also has a list of things that are actually illegal to sell or must meet regulatory requirements, like microwaves, car seats. So just to keep those things in mind when you are planning.
Oh, my brain went to an entirely different place, but that's good to know. I
Wow.
mean, really.
Illegal sell, period. We're not talking about that.
Okay. You also say it's important to understand our motivation, to figure out, uncover why we're actually having the garage sale in the first place. What do you mean by that?
Yes. Why are you having this garage sale? Are you having it because you're just clearing out your home and decluttering, making a few extra bucks? Or are you trying to make as much money as possible? Because if it's the latter, your strategy might be different, right? Some of your higher valued items might be better sold as individual listings online. Your baby stuff might be better at a consignment shop. Your brand name items might fetch more money at auctioned on an online bidding wars group, for example. And so those things do take more effort and time, but you might get a little bit more money. But then again, time is money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
When you said motivation, it's like just to get rid of all this stuff and forget them. Moving on to getting the word out. How do we do that? So we want to now promote the fact that we're going to have this. What's the best way to tell people, look, this is what I'm doing on Saturday or Sunday?
If you don't have customers, you can't sell anything.
Yeah.
So you need to have advertising. It's everything. Have signs everywhere, and a lot of them, like 2 to 3 times more than you originally thought. And when you post them up, you want them easy to read from somebody driving by, maybe something neon, and maybe marketing verbiage like 3 family sale or moving sale. And these kinds of things will draw people in. As well, if you decide to take pictures of some of your more desirable hot ticket items, you can post them on Facebook, post them online, and then say, these things will be available at my fabulous garage sale this weekend.
Love
That's
it.
great.
So good.
So good.
Okay, Leon, get over here because once we've done the advertising, made the posters, posted the Instagram, it's about presentation. So how do we get people to the stand, but then keep them looking and wanting to buy?
Yes, I love what you've got going on here because presentation absolutely is super important. And so what you want to do is, well, if you leave things in a cardboard box on the lawn, it's going to look like your trash. Okay. And if you have, a bowl that is so dusty that it looks like an ashtray, no one's going to touch it. So you want it to be, it's a garage sale, not a garbage sale. So you want to give things a wipe. You want to make sure that you elevate it off the ground so it doesn't look like garbage. Here you've got folding tables, borrow some if you can. Maybe put clothing on a clothing rack, or maybe borrow or just hang things on the fence, hang things on a clothing line, perhaps. There's boxes, there's books for levels. You can have visual interest and separation. I might even put some of my jewelry, for example, on a cork board.
Love
that might look a little bit better. And if you have a hot ticket item, something that's a little bit more desirable, I might actually move it to the beginning, to the front of your driveway, to draw people in.
Like, look at the good stuff at this garage sale.
Yes.
Like the ultimate teaser temper.
Absolutely.
Tempter.
Or have a box of random stuff that you just want to get rid of and mark it free, just to entice anyone who is walking by.
Get people. Hey, let's talk about pricing, because I think everyone thinks that their junk is worth more than it is, which is why they hold on to it. Well, I could get $4 for that. So how do you know how to price it?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. It's so funny you said that, because I helped my mother-in-law sell some things over the springtime. Yeah. And she would say, no, that chip bowl is beloved by the family. It is just, it's worth so much. It's a bowl. You have to try to be objective. But when it comes to, I'm just going to pull the studio audience. Put your hand up if you feel comfortable haggling at a garage sale. Oh, that's a lot of you. That's impressive. Maybe about half. Okay, so for the other half who just don't want to have conversations about your products, I would label everything so that you're going to avoid a million questions. I know Lainey's amazing at bartering. If you want to engage in a discussion about prices, then I might leave some higher price items unmarked so you can talk. But you do risk alienating the people who are too shy to ask.
Right.
And you have to be reasonable about your pricing. You know, there's no hard or fast rule when it comes to pricing things at a garage sale. But again, like my mother-in-law, you have to leave emotions out of it. You have to try to be objective. And so I would look things up online. You can just Google garage sale pricing guide. You can look at how much things are secondhand. You could just apply a broad rule of thumb. Like everything here is going to be 25 to 10% of the original cost.
Love.
Or you could do psychological warfare.
Oh
Be like,
my God.
you're only giving me $2 for this. Well, I took this to the Oscars, so I'm just keeping it anyway. It's so
Oh
about.
my gosh.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you'll get your $5.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other tips, including the one I like, over and above the one I just gave? Yeah.
That
To get people
fabulous
to buy,
one.
yeah.
If you're savvy at that, that's excellent. There's also bundling. So you might say, free books for $1 or 4 DVDs for $2.
Love that.
If you have free things, you might bundle that with something that you could just get rid of. You might have a box of mystery items in 50-cent bags that have little toys for kids or little knickknacks.
Mystery items.
Mystery items. Oh my God, I love a mystery bag.
Fun. You
I
want
love that.
Good. It's fun. You want to make the experience fun.
No
for the
one can
people who
resist
are
a mystery
coming.
item.
That's such a great
like a mystery
idea.
box.
I love that.
Yeah.
Make
So
it for kids.
Another thing to do is to tag things if you have the time. So you have the size, the brand, have mirrors that people can have available to try things on,
That's
and
smart.
jewelry, light bulbs, batteries, extension cords, so people can try things to make sure that they work.
That's a really good idea.
And have an idea about what you're going to do when things don't sell. So you're going to drop prices in the last hour or two, and put your personality on display. So bring your savvy, bring your smiles, because people like to support people they like. You do all this, you're going to be helping the environment, cleaning up your house, and connecting with your community and saving money.
I love this.
And
I've
one
never
person's
seen a
trash.
mirror at a garage sale.
That's
And I
such a
think it's
great
good.
idea.
I think it's the mirror, and then you should put a selfie station next to it.
Oh my gosh.
Lainey's Garage Sale,
Excellent,
best in
excellent.
town.
Thank you, Lainey. And more importantly, thank you, Melissa, for sharing these great tips and tricks with us today. It's always such a pleasure having you here. We love it so much.